1. Here we go. Mike and Freddie, some writing tips and thoughts.
Good morning. I'm here with my loyal amanuensis, Freddie, who advises me on all aspects of my business. But today we're going to talk about a particular feature of the type of fiction that I write and many of my friends write and read. And that is crime and or adventure. It's a genre type thing. There are other types of fiction that are kind of highfalutin, like Michael Chabon, for example, or Virginia Woolf. But that's not the type of fiction we're talking about. The type of fiction we're talking about involves a very simple principle. See this stick?
Yes.
Tension and release. Tension and release. That's the principle behind most crime and adventure novels and comic books. I've explained this often, but if the protagonist is a well-adjusted man with a well-adjusted life and everything is going smoothly, and it goes smoothly from the beginning of the story to the end, there's no tension and release. There's nothing to hook the reader. I have often compared the type of fiction that I enjoy and that my readers enjoy to a good pop song. And by good pop song, I mean a song with at least 3 chords. 3 chords are necessary for the bridge and the hook. You have the tonic, which states the main melody. Then you have the bridge, which creates a tension between itself and the tonic because of the clash of chords. And finally, you have the hook, which resolves the tension. And you can understand what I mean by listening to any Beach Boys song. I would hum one now, but the last time I attempted to sing on camera was a disaster, so you'll forgive me.
Oh, go ahead and hum it. We want to hear. You're a good singer.
I'm getting bugged driving up and down the same old strip. I gotta find a new place where the kids are hip. And here comes the bridge. I get around. See, it's in a different key. All over town. I'm a real cool head. I'm making real good bread. Da 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 da. Round, round, get around. I get around. And that's the hook. And you hear this in song after song, particularly by the Beatles. But you can't just have one tension and release in a novel, especially an adventure or crime novel. There's a series of tension and releases, even if they're only literary. Of course, the literary ones are not the main feature of the story. The main feature of the story are the conflicts, the major conflicts that the protagonist has to resolve. But each chapter has to have a natural ending. And you know what I mean. It doesn't just stop in mid-sentence because it would feel awkward. There are many ways to end a chapter. A lot of them are a minor cliffhanger. Raymond Chandler, who created Philip Marlowe, often said, if you don't know what to do in the story, have a man come in the door with a gun. And there are so many chapters that end with that a man came in the door with a gun. And, well, this raises questions. Who's the man? What does he want? Does he want to kill someone? And that ends a chapter on a bit of a cliffhanger. But you can also end a chapter with a finality of language, or even a joke and a punchline, because a punchline is a natural end to a thread of conversation. These are minor things. The major thing is resolving the main issue in the story is who's the killer and will he be brought to justice? And that's what I mean by tension and release. If you open your ears to popular music, you'll hear it in all melodic music. The great masters, Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, they understood tension and release, and their music is filled with them. But so are the modern masters, like Burt Bacharach, Lennon, McCartney, the Beach Boys, the Byrds, the Beatles. Those are the triumvirate of power poppers, at least in the Bees. And you hear them in every song. And that's what makes those songs so refreshing. because the hook, the release, is memorable. Whenever they did a musical, especially during the 30s, the goal was to send the crowd outside of the theater singing the songs. And that's why the great musical songs, the songs that appear in all those musicals, especially songs by Cole Porter, for example, or Rodgers and Hammerstein, consist of at least 3 chords and a hook, because that's what the audience remembers. Likewise, your story has to consist of little tensions and little releases, and a main tension and a main release to resolve the primary situation in the novel.
All right. Well, that was very informative. Upcoming videos, we're going to have like the top 5 or 10 books Mike's read, or comic books in the last year or over a lifetime. Let us know if you think those would be interesting topics, or top 5 characters that he's written or read about. So we're going to try and do something along that line. Well, Freddie, do you have anything to say? Freddie, look at Mommy. Freddie, he's not looking at Mommy.
Wave a beef stick.
Yeah, if I had a treat, he would look at me. No, you don't need to come over to me. All right, so like the safari hat, very nice. I need to give you a haircut again, but that's on my list. And hopefully everyone had a great Christmas and holiday. Happy New Year. And we will continue to try and do these once a week. Really greatly appreciate your listening and watching, and have a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you.